Back with us on the SportsMax Zone. College basketball takes the place of the NBA today as the Houston Cougars men's team have moved one step closer to raising their first NCAA championship banner. The Cougars booked a ticket to the Final Four courtesy of a 67-61 win over Oregon State. This marks the first time the Cougars have progressed to the Final Four since 1984, a year in which they advanced to the championship game only to fall to Patrick Ewing's Georgetown Hoyas. The Cougars must knock off top-ranked Baylor University if they want to return to the final. The other semifinal will see college basketball's winningest team, UCLA, battling Gonzaga. To talk with us about the Houston Cougars and their mission for glory is one of their key strategists, Mikhail Mclean. Mikhail is Assistant Director of Player Development. Mikhail, welcome back. Good to have you after so long.
Brother, what's good? What's good? I miss you guys, man.
Yes, indeed. And as I read the script that our basketball writer Oregon Buchanan prepared, and I saw the part about Patrick Ewing, I had to go back into my Jay-Z lyrics. He had an album from 2006 called Kingdom Come, and there's a song on the album called The Prelude, and he has a lyric that says, "I was down in Georgetown with a Hoya chick, lawyer chick." I need to send you a compilation sometime so you can refresh your memory as to what's going on. But enough of the rap music now. Let's talk basketball. Them Cougars, how have they been going?
Man, you know what? Our team's playing really, really well. It's the reason I haven't been on the show with you guys, man. We've been grinding, we've been investing, and our team's playing at a really high level right now. We're excited for this matchup against Baylor University, two teams from Texas. So it's going to be a big showdown for bragging rights.
In terms of the improvement in the team's output this term compared to last season, what would you say are the things which have worked better this year than they certainly did last year?
Well, I think the thing that worked best is the fact that we got to finish the season out and we weren't shut down from COVID. So I think that's the most important thing that happened. But our team really invested in playing defense this year. We're playing defense at an extremely high level. We're offensive rebounding really well, and our best players making shots. So, when we got all three of those things happening, we're really hard to beat.
Yep. Mentality is very important at this stage of any competitive endeavor, Mikhail. And the basketball, the talents are so widespread. Every team has players that can kill you, that can hurt you. It has to be the team with the superior mentality. What about the level of that within this group, the motivation among these boys, fixity of purpose?
Yeah, our coach does a really good job of making sure these guys are locked in every single game. Our best player, Quentin Grimes, and our second best player, Dejan Giroux, have been playing like NBA prospects. They're playing really, really high-level basketball. They're both about 6'5", 6'6". Our point guard is Giroux. He's been passing and defending and scoring well, and Grimes has been shooting the three ball really, really well, man. But I think the most important thing is that we got a bunch of guys that are dogs, man. We got a bunch of guys that we get it out the mud. We play hard. We compete. We defend. And we just try to punk you. That's what we try to do, and we've been doing a good job of that so far.
Yeah. Is there a sense that the closer you get to the promised land, the more unlikely it will be that this bunch will handle the pressure of expectation, Mikhail?
You know what? I used to think that before I made it to this stage, but being here in this moment right now, I just feel as though what's the worst that can happen? The worst thing we could do is lose, so there's no pressure on the fact, because right now we're the underdog. We're not expected to win this game. So all the pressure's on the other team. And when we have that chip on our shoulder, we play at an even higher level, man. So honestly, I don't think there's any pressure on our guys to perform well. We do so many little things that don't require you to make a basket to make us really complete. And I think that takes and alleviates some of the pressure off our shoulders.
Is there an element of the teams that you've conquered to get to this point? Is there an element of them having perhaps underestimated you, given the team's recent history and profile in this NCAA championship?
No, I think, for whatever reason, almost every game we've played in, even though we are a two seed in the NCAA tournament, and we've played double-digit seeds in almost every game we played that have upset one seeds, like Loyola Chicago beat Illinois in our bracket. And then Loyola Chicago ended up losing to Oregon State, who we just played to get to the Final Four. And for whatever reason, the media keeps on doubting that we're good enough to be where we're at. So we've been going into every one of these games with a chip on our shoulder, and the best player on each team is averaging 19 points in the last game. The kid before it, Buddy Boeheim, was averaging 26 and 27 in his last 5 games. we've held all of those guys drastically under their averages. So like I said, it's really just all about our defense, and our kids are motivated and ready to win.
Yeah, I've never seen a championship achieved by a team, Mikhail, where the media calls them that, but those close to the team wouldn't call them that because it's a family. But the media would say unheralded players in the team really stepping up and giving big performances night in, night out. If it's even 8 minutes on the floor, 5 minutes, they make use of that. Is there anybody within this Cougars group who you've really said, you really have stepped up and we're happy for what you've contributed in this run?
Yeah, most definitely. Our senior forward, Fabian White, he tore his ACL in June last year, and he was not expected to play, but he really dominated his rehab. He came back stronger. He came back very, very fast and in shape, and he improved his jump shot, and he decided to return in March. So we didn't have him the entire season. He came back late February, early March, and since he's been back, we've only lost one game. So he's a guy that wasn't on scouting reports throughout the year, and he's coming back, and he's been giving us 8 points and 8 rebounds every game off the bench. So just to have him back has been really important. Then we have a kid named Tremont Mark that's been really big. He had the clutch tip-in shot to beat Rutgers. He had a buzzer-beater shot from half court to beat Memphis in the regular season. So those two kids are really important off the bench.
Yeah, and finally, speaking of scouting report, based on your assessment, and we know that you're a man of details, you and your team, how do you intend to hurt your next opponent?
We just have to do a really good job of neutralizing their guards. They have really, really good guards, and Davion Mitchell, Jared Butler, Masio Teague, and the kid off the bench, Flagler. If we just find a way to not allow their guards to make a lot of threes and live in the paint, we'll have a good chance. But it's going to be a shot-making game. It's going to be a guards game. If our guards can outbeat their guards, we'll have a good chance of winning, because our bigs are going to rebound, they're going to defend, but we got to make shots. So that's the most important thing.
Mikhail, we are biased. We want you to win. So, there it is. We said it. All the best to you. We'll talk again.
I appreciate you guys. See you later, George.
Good. Mikhail Mclean, Assistant Director of Player Development at the University of Houston. His Houston Cougars into the last four of the NCAA Championship lands for the first time since 1984. We spoke last week about 1984 and horse racing and Thornburn and everything. 1984 was also the title of George Orwell's famous novel, 1984.
Yes.
And so many great things happened in 1984, and the Cougars are trying to make their history better than it was in 1984.
Yeah, Mikhail has a tremendously outstanding basketball brain. We've heard his analysis of NBA basketball, so we know the contribution he's making to that setup, and we wish him all the best. Of course, most of the NBA stars eventually have gone through an NCAA career, although there have been a few who skipped straight from high school into stardom in the NBA. But we're looking forward to this one and how well they'll do.
Yeah, everybody has a college basketball team, but I suspect you don't.
No.
Okay. Yeah. Obviously I'm a Tar Heels fan. That North Carolina for Michael Jordan, of course. Duke, Blue Devils Duke, and Syracuse, my teams, but yeah, not there here this year. Anyway, as we wrap this segment, these are the scores of the games played in the NBA on Tuesday night. The Hornets beating the Wizards, Nuggets winning, Suns winning, and the team from Orlando, the Magic, they outdid the Clippers.